Hey, what's going on guys? Hentai Artist here, and welcome to today's video. I'd say there are three main things that I hate in this world: rainy days, terrible dog owners, and AI. To my observation, AI has become a plague in recent times. Hell, I even went bowling a few weeks back and they had a poster of an AI-generated guy having a fun time at the alley. It was 2.5 games later that I knew there's no way anyone could be that happy here. So I've absolutely detested AI art since the moment I saw it. In general, I am against just about all forms of AI, mostly in regards to computer-generated artwork or using ChatGPT for student projects or research, which has been shown to have negative effects on students' critical thinking. But today, we're going to be focusing more on the artistic aspect of things. The reason that I'm against AI being used in any entertainment medium is because of how much it threatens creative integrity. You can have a computer-generated script or non-human-made animation, and for me, that completely rips away the authenticity of creative projects, which is the very thing that keeps people attached to different forms of storytelling. That right there is the main reason why I involve myself in the war against AI. However, as this battle has gone on and support for AI continues to dwindle, there have been certain moments in this battle that I find myself in great disagreement towards. Today's case involves a fresh user by the name of Little Bear. No comment. They carry an elfin-lied profile picture, and much like Lucy herself, you're gonna want to steer clear. So this user quickly rose to fame after they released this thread. Dear artists, dear moots, dear art moots, I urgently need your help. I made a purchase on vgen from an AI vgen artist, without realizing it right away. How do I proceed now? She offers artworks, adopts, and more for a respectable price. Not everyone can afford this price, and I was happy to be able to buy something from her. Now I don't want that anymore. What can I do? I thought there was not such thing as an AI artist on vgen, but the more art I saw from her, the more I wondered why she got away with it. I've been trying to get vgen code for a long time, and so have other artists. It's frustrating to see that someone with AI art on a platform that supports artists can sell the art and make an incredible amount of profit. They presume that a series of works they commissioned and received actually turned out to be AI generated, exposing this artist by the screen name Yuna. Their evidence for this is seen by them circling certain details of Yuna's promotional pieces from her vgen account, particularly the hands, which are normally the telltale sign of an AI piece. They go on to express their disappointment of vgen as AI art is not allowed to be commissioned on their site. They showcase even more cases they believe to be AI, and from this standpoint, they choose to harshly criticize Yuna as an artist, claiming that she needs to improve herself and that she would have been better off tracing, while using themselves as a comparison. Bear ends the thread in the hopes that they can get a full refund from the supposed scam. At first glance, all of this would make sense. However, there's one important detail that should be considered. Yuna doesn't use AI. Sharing a time-lapse of my process to clarify things. Accusations like this are really upsetting. It honestly surprises me how some people can't accept that artists are human too. We make mistakes and we're not always perfect at anatomy or drawing hands. I put a lot of time and love into my art, and I'd never use AI to deceive anyone. I'm always open to constructive feedback. I know I still have a lot to learn, and I'm doing my best to grow as an artist. This is something I really hope people try and keep in mind. AI has become so sudden and rampant that it can be so easy for anyone to see the most minor mistake in any art piece and immediately slap it with an AI label. People have grown such a strong hatred of AI that they forget that people make mistakes. If you guys don't remember, there was a terrible case of a Japanese artist who was also falsely accused of AI and was harassed so badly that they chose to deactivate their account. The one who started the harassment just made post after post trying to force their guilt and try to get pity points. I can't exactly put a rough estimate on how often artists are accused of something like this, but I can only imagine how many of them must feel like they have to walk on eggshells with every flick of their pen. Instead of communicating with these artists and giving them the respect that they deserve, people just circle random shit just so they can get a few hours of fame, all in the name of fighting the dreaded AI boogeyman. Take SAG-AFTRA for example. It took a simple misunderstanding for voice actors to completely reject another fellow actor, which eventually led to death threats to those involved, all in the supposed name of AI protection. Thankfully, Yuna got never-ending support through this situation, while Bear on the other hand was left absolutely decimated. Dumbasses like you are what's wrong with the art world. She shared a time-lapse. These are very human done hands. The only people ever hurt by slinging AI claims around are real artists. 11 out of 10 times you fuckers are wrong. I'm so sick of you little clout-chasing talentless virtue signalers trying to ruin people's lives. Now granted, at times savvy can be a little harsher than I would choose to be, but when you're fucking around with an artist's reputation like this, I see no reason why you shouldn't receive a paddle to the ass. Please don't get personal and insulting. No one wants to be called stupid or worse. You misunderstand. You are not worth respect, and you are indeed low IQ and unintelligent. Only a piece of shit with zero love in your life life does what you did. The artist showed time-lapse and tweets are still up from you. Don't forget we are all human, artists, critics, moots, art lovers, etc., and treating each other with basic decency should be the bare minimum. Don't even try and use all that basic humanitarian crap. You slandered an artist. AI is the biggest red flag for any freelance artist. I've seen people's careers get ended because of shit like this. It's not even implied that you communicated with Yuna regarding this. You just immediately went straight to Twitter to see what would happen. Well, look at that. You got the attention you wanted. Was it worth it? So your only point is hands? I can't draw them either. This isn't AI. There is nothing to suggest it other than you not liking how they draw or try not to draw hands. I can't draw hands either, but to me, it doesn't look like it was drawn by a person. It looks like it was generated by a machine because it looks deformed and not like something a human would draw like this. Why would someone use AI on just hands and then not even have it make them right? You would be better off just tracing. This call out seems very weird. I think you should delete this. To be completely honest, I find it a bit rude to just circle some parts on someone else's art and share it on socials without/before actually talking to the artist about it first. If you did share your concerns with them, I'm sure they would let you know or at least show some proof that this is not AI. It can hurt artists' reputation to get falsely accused. I get your concerns about AI art, and yes, there is some AI artists out there in vgen which I myself have seen, but they are not one of them. I highly suggest confronting the artist and asking for proof/whips before coming onto social media to falsely accuse them with no actual proof. This is both unnecessary drama and very disrespectful. That's the reason why I also felt obliged to describe my perception. Because of my age, I react emotionally, but I have tried to do the right thing and warn and protect others because I'm convinced that it's AI. You react emotionally? What? What kind of response is that? I also want to point out how their age has yet to be confirmed. They can be 15, they can be 57. Thankfully, being a dipshit is not discriminated by age. This hand is fine. I draw like that sometimes when the hand is on a certain angle. Not every knuckle or finger needs to be seen. Try to break down her art, then you'll see how she did not use AI. As an artist, surely you know what the process of breakdown means. I wanted to show a couple of these to make the point clear that AI should not be the immediate assumption when you see something peculiar within an art piece. While it's completely understandable to be on guard nowadays, people have seemed to have forgotten the idea that people are still learning and can still make mistakes from the most polished looking pieces. I have gotten art from Yuna before, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that no, she does not use AI for her artwork. I was very detailed with what I wanted for my redesign, and she showed every step of the process. A lot of these pictures that you showed are from a human error. Artists don't draw hands perfectly 100% of the time, and that's what seems to be the case here. I think you may have jumped the gun on this one. Thank you for your comment. I'm glad you had a positive experience, and I hope it stays that way. I realize that people make mistakes, but for me personally, it was odd that the hands looked blurry and blended together for only 4 fingers instead of 5. And that's what you use to attack someone and ruin their life? Blurry fingers? Yeah, you all better keep that in mind before you decide to fuck up someone's potential livelihood. So you're going to retweet the artist's speed paint and you have several people telling you it's not AI, maybe delete the post rather than keeping it up and garnering attention from it while tarnishing the artist's reputation. Oh yeah, by the way, Bear reposted Yuna's response showing that her art is legit. They shared the initial thread slandering her and retweeted the post that was disproving it. I couldn't make this up after 5 drinks and 3 edibles. For some reason, I can get really creative when I'm high. So she's still clinging to her belief that Yuna uses AI in some aspects of her art. Now, here's the thing, guys. I consider myself relatively good at pointing out AI, but I can get stuck on some of the more advanced pieces. But when you have so many artists calling out this post and refusing to support the claim, I feel that has much greater weight compared to someone who's just starting out. As I've shown, people have been up Bear's ass in regards to deleting the original thread. While the phrase delete this has grown to be rather icky for me personally, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. There's absolutely no reason to keep this post up. It's already been disproven, and keeping this up further hurts your own hopes of becoming an artist yourself. Your peers are going to be less likely to trust you, and people may be less likely to commission you. I know this wasn't the most groundbreaking topic, not that I'm exactly the Hayao Miyazaki of commentary, but this is something that I'm passionate about. My partner is a digital artist, and before that, I already had a huge soft spot and appreciation for freelance artists. So when AI swoops in and could potentially harm people who are trying to make a name for themselves through their own creative passions, it fucking sucks. So I've been against AI from day one. Thankfully, most people I know don't like AI. But then you get cases where people are so bitter about AI that it seems like they straight up forget what it means to be human. I'm not even trying to exaggerate here. That's really what it feels like to me. In general, it sucks to see AI, but it hurts my soul to see artists get their careers or reputations destroyed when AI wasn't even involved in the first place. In conclusion, support your fellow artists, AI, don't be an asshole. You're gonna have to go 3 for 3 here. You can't really choose. So that right there is gonna do it for today. I'll be posting Yuna's Twitter Twitter and vgen down below. She's an incredible artist and I recommend checking her out. If y'all enjoyed, feel free to like and sub. Stay safe, stay sane, just pick up a pencil, dude. Goodbye.